Hello and welcome to Neditor. This video will introduce you to what Neditor is and how to get started. To begin, let me introduce you to Neditor. Neditor is a tool for both developers and anyone seeking a better browsing experience. How does it do that? Well, by providing users with nedits, also known as network edits. And these nedits are created by the users themselves, utilizing our tools which allow you to edit the way a site receives requests. So for instance, if you're looking to read an article in a certain site, but you can't read it because there's a premium wall blocking you from reading it, what you can do is edit out and block the requests that produce that paywall, and once you've blocked all those requests, you should be able to go through that paywall and read the content that you were seeking. Once you've created that nedit, you simultaneously provide that nedit to everyone else in the nedit community, so that if anybody else stumbles onto the same issue, they can browse through the nedits that have already been created and select your nedit and use it for themselves. In summary, Neditor is a tool for editing websites' requests amplified by the community's creations, or nedits. Now that you know what Neditor is, let's get started. If you haven't already downloaded Neditor, you can find it in your extension or add-on provider. Search up Neditor and you will find it there. You may install it and then it will show up on your top right hand corner. Let's click on it. When you click on it, you see a pop-up show up. On the top right hand corner of the pop-up, you see a toggle for turning Neditor off or on. And on the top left corner, you see information about the current nedit. At the moment, we're not using a current nedit, so let's navigate to a site that does have nedits. For now, let's navigate to my favorite news provider, Bloomberg Technology. On this site, I was always bothered by the paywalls that happen whenever you're trying to read an article, and it turns out that you've read too many, so a paywall appears and you're no longer able to read it, which is pretty frustrating. So I've already created nedits to prevent this from happening. As you can tell from the updated icon that notifies you that there are nedits available, and as you can see under browse nedits, there are the nedits that are available. You can filter out the nedits to find the specific nedit that you would want. Say something with wall, you can find it there. Or you can also search for your recommended nedits, which at the moment it is recommending this one because on my settings I have under recommended setup words that I would like to get recommended to me. For example, if a nedit contains a particular word, it'll be recommended to me under the recommended list. So if we clear that, turn on recommended, nothing will show up, and then we can add a word like wall and it'll show any nedits that have to do with wall, and you can add as many as you want, right? But at the moment it only shows the wall one because it's the only one that is relevant to nedits I would like to get recommended. So let's set that one up, and you will see under current nedit it gets updated, and you can clear that. You can maybe add another one, try it, add another one, but for now we'll just stick to the wall one. And whenever you reload, make sure you hard reload, which you're re-informed here, Ctrl-Shift-R for most cases. That'll hard reload it. Otherwise, I suggest you search it up, as it is extremely important to make sure nedits behave properly. So let's try it. We're gonna hard reload it, and now you will see I can read the whole article without that wall impeding me. And you can also see on the top that the icon has changed to green, indicating that the nedit worked and that everything is working as intended. Now, you may have noticed the automated nediting option on settings. what that does, it opens, if you don't have a nedit for a certain site, it implements nedits based on either the most popular, meaning if there is already a nedit created, it will absolutely open up a new tab with the nedit, or by recommended, which will only open up a new tab with the nedit if there is something that fits your recommendations. So let's try that. Now that we already cleared, now that we already cleared the nedit and there is no longer a nedit being used, we can just turn on the automated nediting, move to the recommended, and then a new tab will open with the nedit without the paywall. Here's a paywall where I was not using the nedit, and here's where I am. And that's pretty much all there is to working with Neditor without creating your own nedits. Now, to create your own nedits, what you want to do is inspect the page. You right click, then click inspect, and then on the head of the inspect bar you will find Neditor. Click on that, and here's where you create your own nedits. We will get to this in the next video.